the blue.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Had a nice conversation. We didn't talk about you at all.
Well, speaking of nice conversations where we don't talk about Mike at all, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage the host of the Open Mic Comedy Show. He's adorable as well as deplorable. Please welcome Mike Langworthy.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. All but one of you is really a sight for sore eyes.
Let's play the guessing game.
I love to do these shows because there are people out there who are starving for laughter, and I like to think that we're gluttons while they starve. I'd like to think we were feeding them, but nobody comes to the show. So
Some of them are intermittent fasting from laughter.
that's good, because I like it when somebody punches down my material just a little bit so that I have a little hill to climb.
That's why I'm here.
When it came to the French Revolution, Mike was pulling for the aristocracy. He was like,
Why not? They're my people.
I love the topical stuff.
Mike Marat Sod Langworthy.
People. So, yeah, you guys wouldn't talk like this if Chuck had introduced me, because then the show would be started.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, I get it. Sarcasm.
Right.
Little awkward.
Yeah, Alan gets it a little late.
Mike, quit punching down. Quit punching down.
I'm on a 7-second delay, so don't worry that I don't laugh ever.
I just counted to 7. I just heard what you said. Okay.
Go off.
So that's why everybody just heard what he said. That's why nobody's laughing.
Hey, hey.
At any rate, we've got people from all over the country, and in fact, we have a representative from all over the world. I mean, not
Bravo.
all over the world herself, but she's been many places in the world that I've never been, and that's all I'm saying.
And she's one of the hottest Zoom comics in the world.
I wouldn't be at all surprised by that.
Took most advantage of the pandemic and the Zoom comedy.
She's done very well.
Right.
She's done very well, and don't think I don't resent it.
Is it like 8:30 in the morning there?
It's 11:03 a.m.
11:03.
On Friday.
No, exactly. So this is the monthly open mic, and tonight we have a special guest, Mary Kennedy.
Oh,
I thought you meant me.
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't.
We didn't mean that kind of. We didn't mean that kind of special, Ned.
Mary's gonna.
Hey, this room has gotten rough.
I have one of those. I have one of those kids, Alan. So watch your mouth.
I'm here with my
friendly
mic.
room.
There she is, Mary Kennedy.
Mary's going to close this show like a Chicago school district.
There we
Oh,
go.
wow.
Oh.
Hello.
Good night, everybody.
Hi.
Chuck.
Hello.
He's been Chuck. Good night.
We're going to be doing a little remote laughing tonight.
Yes.
At
Yes.
the end of the show.
This is a little TMI, but I've got a new Fiona poster up in my bedroom. So,
Oh,
Wow.
there's a poster. I want that poster. I don't
What?
even have a poster.
They
You have
say
that poster, but you have to promise to hold it up over your head with one hand, just like Chipp.
oh, hello.
Now, here's my
What?
thing. He's masturbating.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's
Still funny.
There you go.
You know, I was going to say something nice about
Yeah.
Mary Kennedy, but you took the time. You know, you took the time away, Alan. I hope you're proud.
Helen.
You know, I was going to actually do an opening bit, but now that most of the time's gone.
Oh, no, please, come on.
Come on, Mike. Favor us with one of your
Do it.
humorous
Come on.
observations.
My comedy
Mike.
skit.
Mike.
What did I do one of my comedy skits with you kids?
Mike.
One of your skills.
Mike.
Shut up. Mike.
Okay, so be that as it may. So here's the thing. it wasn't even going to be a comedy skit. I was just going to share a couple of observations that I've had recently. I've been working on it and trying to make it into a comedy bit, so I figured I'd try it out from you guys. And
Yay.
Perfect.
I don't expect it to be funny, but I expect it to be somewhere on the road to funny.
That's kind of my thing, actually.
Something, yeah.
That's
True.
what we expected when we heard you were going to tell a joke.
May have read Ned's book, Long and Winding Joke.
Can't even do an original joke.
I would like to.
Get back, Mike. Get back.
Steals the
A little
title.
something I wrote called Obla Dee, Obla Laugh. I'm very heavily into these 60-year-old references.
Mhm.
Wow.
Of which I am one.
No, I was just,
Help.
I was going to talk about my recent encounter with some smug ass people on the street.
Uh-oh.
Well, we just got talking, and I asked him, married, his relationship, all that stuff, and eventually I just said, "Oh, you have any kids?" Just a simple little question. You have any kids? They gave me that smug look that people have, when they say, "Oh, we don't have kids, we have dogs."
Oh, shit.
Oh, we don't have kids, we have dogs. In huge parentheses, we're better than you. We don't have kids, we have dogs.
Mhm.
I have dogs and I have kids. And when I hear somebody say, "We don't have kids, we have dogs," with the yeah voice,
Mhm.
that's like saying, I don't know a lot about horse racing, but green is different than 3. All those are English words. Technically, you put them together and it makes a sentence, but it doesn't make any sense because they have no clue. I hope, in fact, they have no clue what they're talking about.
Mhm.
Because the alternative is, we don't have kids, we have dogs, which is the same in real life. That's the same as saying, I could never love anything that might not need me someday.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
rough.
I would. I'm selfish. I could have just made it short. I'm selfish. I would rather clean up dog shit with my bare hands every day for the rest of my life than spend 20 minutes trying to improve the gene pool.
Mhm.
I'm not saying you should have kids or you shouldn't have kids.
Oh, no.
You shouldn't tell me that I don't
Right.
have kids, I have dogs, implying I don't have, because I made a choice that makes me better than you. I just don't want to hear that.
Mhm.
So there's more, but I'm not doing it. Why? Because I used up a lot of time with 60-year-old references to the Beatles.
Mike, when I meet people like that, I say, "Your wife gave birth to a dog? How weird." And then we don't talk for a while.
What kind of, well, that certainly shortens the conversation. That's for sure.
How
That's
ugly
my
are those
goal.
kids? How ugly are those?
By the way, Sydney, the Beatles was a musical group that your grandparents might be able to. They began us down a long and winding road towards
Hello.
great kind of comedy. It was a British invasion that didn't involve burning the Capitol building to the ground.
Bunch of liberals.
Because they were famous for their liberalness. The
Jesus, Mike, you need help.
founding fathers were famous for being liberal.
Liberal drinkers.
Jefferson treated his slaves way better than the guy next door.
Big time.
He was a liberal.
He even had sex with some of them.
The human beings he owned were treated way better than the ones next door. Anyway, I don't want anyone to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
Oh, God. Don't get me started, Mike. Don't get me started.
I'm not going to get you started.
You got
Too late.
Chip all wound up now.
Civil War did that. All right, now I am going to bring our first act on. Yeah.
Finally. I mean, great.
Well, wait a minute. I have to juggle the schedule a little bit. I was about to bring somebody up, but I've decided to not. Yeah, I decided to shift it around a little. You know, simply Courtney, you've been very nice and polite and almost to the point of being patronizing about my dumbass humor. Everybody gets 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, you'll get some kind of signal.
Usually the finger.
Get off the stage. Get off the stage.
I'd like to thank my co-host, Alan Enlow.
Y'all are wicked. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Alan?
Yeah, nobody gets tired of those child cartoon voices either, Alan. Anyway,
Oh man!
Ouch.
from Austin, Texas, and again, showing even more patience and restraint. Please welcome, if you will, Simply Courtney.
Yo, what's good? Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm Simply Courtney. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody. Salutations and greetings from Austin, Texas. Real quick, my name is Simply Courtney. If you can't see it in the bottom of the screen, it's Simply Courtney spelled with a Y instead of an I. The reason why it's spelled with a Y is a tribute to my kiddos. My little girl, her name is Simone. She spells her name Symonne. My son, Titan, he spells his name Tytan, and I spell my name simply Symply. If you notice, there's really no joke there. It's just a black dad claiming his kids out of tax season. You know what I'm saying? Added the simply part just because I used to work with kids, and when you're working with kids, you can't be up here telling like a bunch of crazy jokes at open mics when you're trying to figure your voice out. And one day somebody was like, "So you just want to be Courtney when you go on stage?" I used to just do the one name thing, and I was like, "Yeah, man, just Simply Courtney." And of course, you know, being a dumb host, the host goes, "Give it up for your next comic, Simply Courtney." And you know, sometimes just put their hand like, "Here it is," and you can't talk trash. You have to just go on stage, and then that became the stage name. And I played around with the spelling, and I was like, "Okay, I like it. It stuck." But if you have picked up, my real name actually is Courtney. That's a real thing. You guys might not be able to tell over the internet, but I am what's known as a large black man. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know. Listen, you think you're confused. Imagine how my Uber passengers feel. Anybody that's familiar with that app, it tells you the name of your driver before you show up. So me, the driver, I'm driving to pick people up. They get the little notification that your driver, Courtney, has arrived. Yeah, let's just say things are kind of weird the first 5 minutes. When people open the door, I'm just like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" They're like, "Ah," you know, like I've had people ask me before, "Where's my real driver at?" Like literally in the car, they've been with me for like 20 minutes. They're like, "All right, dude, cut the stuff. Where's she really at?" In the trunk is not the right answer. I've done a little goofy thing now whenever people show up, because I know people are so unnerved when they first come to the car that it's me driving them. And so I've started kind of like greeting people. So like I'll have a passenger come to the car, and as soon as they open the door, I hit them with the, "Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to my car. I'm Courtney. Hop on in." Y'all, the other day I did this, and this lady looked at me, looked at her phone, back at me, and said, "Nope," and closed the door in my face. Yeah, ouch, right? Messed up part was, y'all, it was raining when she did this. Yeah. This lady chose to stand in the rain instead of riding with me. I felt bad for 5 minutes because that's how long it took me to circle the block and splash her. You damn right. Nobody makes me feel bad in my own car when there's a puddle next to them. You know what I'm saying? Crazier response I got when I introduced myself to someone. I say, "Hey, how are you doing?" Just another lady. "Hey, how are you doing, ma'am? Welcome to my car. Hop on in." This lady looked at me and just said, "Are you sure?" That's a real thing. Yeah. Yeah. Now, we all know what she's implying by asking that question, right? She's implying that I stole the car and kept the job that came with the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, ma'am, what kind of car thievery have you been exposed to in your lifetime? That brothers out here stealing jobs and cars at the same time, you know? You guys know how y'all can tell I'm not a car thief? I just refer to it as car thievery. I don't even know if y'all caught that. That's stealing a car and then doing a pirouette halfway through. It's like, get off your car. Oh. I don't know. Oh man, life is fun trying to do this comedy thing on Zoom. I've started going back into the real world. I don't know where you guys are, but I have went out. And when I tell you, I kind of like doing Zoom a little bit better because you can't smell. Is that wrong? Is that messed up to say? But like the breaths, and there's a lot of people that got used to not having social distancing and all that because they're at home. People's breaths is funky. Thank you, Mike. People's breaths are funky, and I'm just like, yo, hey, you need a filter. Like, you know what? Let's just leave it at that. That's a joke in progress, guys. I've been Simply Courtney. Thank y'all so much. Please see you later.
Simply Courtney.
Damn.
Simply Courtney, who was all scheduled to be second until, well, no, it's not important.
Oh man.
Sorry. There you go.
SOS.
What time do you got to take the cookies out of the oven, Mike?
I thought he was sending out SOS because he needed a new host.
Chuck, is that code for something, or is he actually making cookies?
He's making cookies.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, cool. That was really funny, Chuck. So
You must have heard it. You
I must have heard it.
I did hear it because it was really funny. And in answer to your question, right after you blow me.
All right.
Oh,
Wow.
that kind of show.
Hey.
Punching down.
Hey. Gay men have standards. I'm in no danger. Our next performer is coming to us from home of college basketball's most recent losers, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Like you're starting already?
Damn. Oh my God.
We're both graduates of the esteemed University of Michigan, where they say, if you just let us lower the standards a little bit, we could get an offensive lineman. But this year they managed to do really well, just in time for Harbaugh to start sending his resumes to NFL teams, which is great.
Can I get a transcript of this intro? Because it's really good. You know, from my reel.
Sure, I get it. Maybe you could get, I could send you a written transcript and you get somebody from Northwestern to read it to you.
Oh. Ouch.
Hello.
Anyway, he's a good friend of mine, and as you can tell,
Which is sad, really.
and just to see how hard Ned is up for friends. Anyway, he's very,
That's a big
very
sentence, buddy.
how hard he is up for friends. You know.
Yep. That's a new twist.
Yep. And how hard up he is. Is that it? How hard up he is for friends?
Is this all part of my 5 minutes, or
No.
like an intro shouldn't have an
Just
intermission?
trying to make your 5 minutes seem a little short. It's all right.
Okay,
Please
perfect.
welcome, if you will, Ned Rice.
Yay! Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah,
trying to do a
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
Well, that was informative. Good to be here. It's good to be back in the ugly room that Mike runs. I had kind of a rough day. I got laid off from my job.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it turns out being a department store Santa is kind of seasonal work. Really busy in December, then it kind of tails off. And there's a little pop. January 5th is Russian Christmas, and it's kind of over now. So, you know what? The truth is I didn't get laid off. I got fired. The store manager said, we're looking for someone who's a little more jolly. So fuck that asshole. I hope he dies in a house fire. But anyway, no, department store Santa is a great job. It pays, get this, it pays $300 a day.
Wow.
And there's only 2 rules for department store Santas. You can't drink on the job and you can't get a boner. Those are the only 2. Apart from that, it's wide open.
Jesus Christ.
Here's what I was wondering today. You know, if you grow up in a rural setting in the deep South, maybe Courtney can help me with this. Do you have that recurring nightmare where you wake up in class in school and you're just wearing your long johns? Is that thing? Be a straw hat? 'Cause that wouldn't be that embarrassing. I wouldn't even, you know. I still have the underwear dream, and I graduated from high school like 50 years ago.
Oh.
I have the underwear dream so often, I'm actually getting residuals from it now. That's how often.
Hey.
It's way.
Bravo!
No, it pays the bills.
Bravo!
It pays the bills. It's okay, but still, that seems weird to me.
Still have to jockey for position, do you?
Mike, pipe down. How about that? Let's try that one.
Fellas.
A lady from Roseville, Michigan, Mike probably knows that place. It was recently, it was in the news. He was banned for life from Spirit
Wow.
Airline.
Oh,
He was
wow.
flying from Miami to Detroit on Spirit. She was abusive to a flight attendant. She was ethnically intimidating to another passenger. And now she can never fly Spirit Airline again for the rest of her life.
Oh.
That sounds like a good deal to me. I would go for that. Spirit is the worst airline, including the Wright brothers, in history. I actually, a true story. I had my ticket, and it was like 10C. You know, I get to, there's 10A and there's 10B. Usually with a bad airline, they sold your seat to someone else. I got there, and 10C, there was no seat. There was just like a hole in the aisle. There was literally nothing to sit on. I said to the flight attendant, you know, is there, what am I? She said, well, there's one other seat on the plane, but I don't know if you'll want it. He said, well, I guess I'll take it, you know, and it was weird for me because I've never flown a plane before. Attention passengers, you know, you're fucked. So, you know, it's weird when I meet a lot of people who have flown Spirit, and there's like this survivor's camaraderie among them. It's like, it's like talking to a World War II veteran, you know, they'll say things like, I've flown Spirit over 24 times. People say, you're so brave. And I'm like, I got news for you, kid. We were all scared shitless. Every one of us. Anybody who tells you different, they're lying. I'll tell you something. My cousin was getting married in Jersey, and all I had was $73. So I bought the ticket. I'm no hero. I was just doing my job. What a flight. About 10 minutes in, the co-pilot said, folks, we're having a hydraulic issue with the landing gear. At least I think that's what he said, because folks, he was pretty drunk. We didn't get any beverage service at all. In fact, the flight attendant came out and said, fellas, it's too rough to serve you. At about 7 p.m., the main hatchways gave in and said, fellas, it's been good to know you. I'll never forget the moment that big bird landed in Newark. People were saying, thank God, thank God. Kids, I don't know if there is a God, but I know there's a hell. And direct service from Spirit Airline every hour. Okay, Grandpa. Okay, how about another beer? Would you like that? That would be good. That's the Spirit Airline hunk. And we're done with that. Afghanistan's still kind of a shit show. I don't know if you heard. Things are not getting better there. When that whole thing broke, I thought, you know, that's so sad. People are suffering and dying in Afghanistan. But, you know, that's halfway around the world. What does that have to do with me? I got my heroin bill this week. Oh, my God. It's like doubled. My wife doesn't have that kind of money. What the fuck? Obviously, I'm kidding. I'm not married. Hey, look, that's my time. Thanks for listening, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I tell you all to clap for him, but he told me to pipe down. So
I hate
Ned Rice. I hope that's clear enough for you to understand. Just in case some of you got your programs done from.
I love that Spirit Airline thing, Ned. I think you should put the Chippewa back in it, though.
I thought about that. I was
miss
going to
that
call
part.
it Itchigumi Airlines because it's not quite an old enough reference.
Well, Nokomis called the other day and said it was a good show.
Okay. I know when Mike gave me the 4-minute, it was in Roman numerals. So I think
It wasn't. I was begging you for an IV, you idiot.
College grad. Right there, college grad.
No, I went to Michigan.
That's right.
Close enough.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, Mike, tell me on here where Ned hurt you.
It's a private chat.
Right here, baby. Right here.
Tell me on the. Now, I didn't have your picture up when you did that. Were you talking?
Oh, I said, tell me on here where Ned hurt you.
Yeah, I know what you said, but I didn't see. Oh, on there, on your. It was.
Yeah.
I thought it was just your body generally.
Yeah.
I got excited for a minute.
Chip's a metaphor mixologist. Is what he is.
He is. Wow, that's a great thing to hear. I'd like you to say it again.
I wish I could, Mike. I
wish you could too, because I'd like
no short-term memory at all. I don't even know who you are.
I'd like to. And I cannot laugh at you twice at the end there, but
join the club.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, our next performer. Hope you don't mind if I move on, Ned.
Please do. I have.
Oh, nice.
And, our next performer comes to us from the marvelous state of New York. That's the state that's an extremely dark charcoal gray on the COVID map at the moment, in case you care. I always like introducing him because he always ends up telling me something that I really laugh at the whole time. So please welcome, if you will, Bruce Lipsky.
Yay! Thank you so much. You were talking about the COVID and everything, and as you know, I actually had the COVID last year, and I was actually very sick. And when you have COVID, you're quarantined, and of course, sex is out of the question. But in order to keep the passion alive, what my wife did? She cut up one of her black lace bras and made masks out of them. Thankfully, she's a double D, or else she would have never fit over this nose.
Hello.
That's for sure. You got to marry the correct woman, And recently I read some research out there that said that as you get older, your skin gets thinner, which is kind of weird because after 30 years of marriage, I certainly developed a much thicker skin. And my wife, she recently had to have some surgery, a minor surgery. In order to get the surgery, she had to have some pre-testing done. In 1 week, she had a CAT scan and a PET scan. So I said to the doctor, "What's next? Check for fleas?" And I said to the doctor, "By the way she's been acting lately, maybe you can test her for distemper."
Distemper.
And she said to the doctor, "Maybe you should test him for my foot and his mouth disease." When we first met, my wife and I, our love was infectious. And I'm happy to say over the last 30 years, nothing's really changed. I still find ways to make her sick. And I was a player. When I was young, I was really a player. I used to have lots of dates. Now, nothing but prunes. And my wife is a shopper. She likes to cook, and she makes a broccoli casserole to die for, literally. He came home with a box of Uncle Ben's converted rice. I asked her a simple question: how do they convert the rice? Do they bring it to a moil? He says, "No, you bring it to a boil." And she decided during this pandemic to get one of those designer dogs. And she treats this dog. She named the dog Fabio. Fabio. She dresses in silk pajamas and a gold collar. I don't call him Fabio. I call him Houdini, because with 2 wags of his tail, he's made my sex life completely disappear. Now sex is just a grand illusion, and without the handcuffs. You know how hard it is to perform when there's 4 legs, a panting wet tongue, and the smell of bad breath in your bed, and a dog? I got a disturbing call yesterday from my dad's physician. He said, Mr. Lipsky, we have a problem. I have some concerns. Your father showed up in my office carrying a small chair. I said, did you ask him what that's all about? He said, yeah. He said that was his stool sample.
Get it out.
And I said, kind of makes sense because lately he's been complaining because his stool's being very hard. And so I called up my dad. I said, Dad, you got some problems over here. We got to take care of this. But don't worry, I got your back. He says, I hope you don't get my hips, knees, and prostate. And my dad is a philosopher. He told me, Bruce, one day, he said, Bruce, you'd always put your best foot forward. But who knew at 65 my best foot would have the gout? Growing up, I was part of the in crowd. I used to be very hip. Now I'm considering a hip replacement.
Yeah.
But I used to be a world traveler also. But now I only travel incontinent. It's tough these days. Look at under my eyes. Look at these things. Crow's feet. Who has crow's feet with bunions?
Yeah.
And my wife the other day said to me, Bruce, every time I talk to you, you don't seem to be paying attention to me. Are you have loss of hearing? I said, no, I have loss of listening. And lately my marriage is like my savings account. Not much interest.
Oh.
Thank you. My name is Bruce Lipsky. Take care.
Yeah.
Bruce Lipsky,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. So, that was a good job, man. Really liked the performance too, by the way. I keep trying to introduce the next two acts, and they keep autocorrecting me. So either the program is really sensitive, or they don't get from the subcontinent, or perhaps Al B. Shore is going to be our. We're going to take the show in a new direction. Just FYI, so no one gets offended when it happens. Ned told me before the show starts. It's not a joke yet. Ned told me before the show that he was going to need to have an early spot because he has to. I don't know what he has to do, but
Teach America's children.
oh, well, I thought you lost your job.
Oh,
No,
I got a new job already. It's
for the
great.
purpose of your bit, you'd lost your.
So let me get this
Thanks
straight.
for-
He teaches kids at 10:30 at night.
Thanks for shattering the illusion.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I let you do the joke first.
That's true. Thank you.
Yeah, that's because that's what I want to do. I'll let you get your laugh, and then I'll shatter not just the illusion, but your dreams. I guess as I'm pretty late for that. Since Real Time with Bill Maher. But anyway, let's just talk about our next performer who came to the
Yay.
show months ago from Southeast Asia. And if I remember correctly, she's from Malaysia.
Yay!
Yeah, Malaysia. I was gonna say Kuala Lumpur, but I don't think that's true. I think it's another.
That is correct. That is correct. Sir. You are correct, sir.
You got it right.
Well, it's excellent to know that somebody is aware of who's on the show tonight.
I'm sure it's hard to remember what it was first called when you sailed there, Mike.
It wasn't called anything when I first sailed.
Inner Mongolia.
When I first, it was called Mongolia.
He was in her what?
Tectonic
He was
plates
in her what?
shifted 1,200 miles since then. But
It was
anyway,
called The Edge of the Earth.
hey, if you guys could shut up, I could on the other side of the planet onto the Zoom show, and then we could continue with the comedy portion of the show instead of your fucking comments. Not that I'm upset about it or anything, because I'm not. No, I love you guys. I love all everybody. In a way. Not necessarily in a creepy way or an attractive way, but in a way. At any rate, our next performer comes to us from Kuala Lumpur. Thanks, Chip. And her name is Juliana Heng. I think you're going to like her. Please give her a big round of applause. Do that.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Juliana Heng from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Woohoo.
If you have not been to Kuala Lumpur before, you did not miss much. We are just the Asian version of Detroit. So
I'll empty my
Malaysia,
wallet.
yes, Malaysia is blessed with the tallest twin towers in the world. It is the perfect destination for the suicidals. Just in case you don't die the first time, you have the second tower to try again. So I have autism. Autism happens when one part of the brain grows faster than others. For me, it's my forehead. Advertise your business here. I'm serious. I'm comedian and I need cash. So I'm gender fluid non-binary, which means sometimes I feel like a woman, sometimes I feel like vodka. So I'm attracted to both women and dogs. Guys, relax. I'm not talking about you. Because dogs are better. So I'm just waiting for bestiality law to be legalized in Malaysia and I will marry my dog. So I'm 31 years old this year and still single. There's no joke in this. I just want to tell you, I'm still available. Dating is hard for someone like me because I cannot read emotions, social cues, and flirting signals. Sometimes I don't even know when someone wants to kiss me until I feel their tongue. My love life has been a mess. I've been on 6 first dates and all of them ended the same way. They tried to sell me something. Insurance, travel membership, and a human liver. I bought the liver. You will never know when you need one. So recently, my dad dated an Indonesian woman. If you are not sure where Indonesia is, it is actually the America's equivalent of Mexico. Yes. So 3 days later, she asked him for money. And my dad gave all his money and credit card details to her. I'm furious and I am determined to learn how the fuck she did that. This is way better than getting a bank loan. And I also wanted to make out with her. So when we dirty talk, instead of who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? It's who's your shaman? Who's your shaman? So we fought, me and my dad fought, and dad kicked me out of the house. And he said, reason being irreconcilable differences. And I'm like, Pa, that's not true. We are so similar, like father, like daughter. We are very, very passionate in getting cheated. So I have no choice but to go and find a job. Yes. So the thing is, I worked in the job for a few days and my boss actually liked me very much. So my boss said, Juliana, you are very capable. I like you very much. And I want you to join me and my wife on a threesome.
Oh.
Wow.
And he even paid me to do a hand job for his wife.
Oh.
And I was surprised. I was like, since when his wife has a penis? And I told my boss, I am already 31 years old. I'm at an age where I want to lose my virginity in style. Which means I will only fuck you and your wife if you are Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya. My boss liked my answer very much. So from hand job to no job. So the thing is, I actually met my first love a few years ago, and he gave me my first kiss. Okay, so the thing is, it was revolting. He smelled like an ashtray. As we were still kissing each other, I changed my Tinder profile picture to the no smoking sign. Thank you so much. I'm Juliana Heng.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh my God.
Juliana.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, hey, ladies and gentlemen. You see, people are people wherever you go.
Wow. Getting heavy.
She ain't heavy.
I'm tearing up.
She ain't heavy. She's my brother and sister. Performer. I guess everybody knows where Suraj comes from, but me. So I'll just say it's Suraj, and you guys can all decide, where he's from, since you never let me say it anyway. Please welcome, if you will, Suraj A, which I don't know if it's a name or is a nickname or if it's just an initial. You don't know. You don't know what those people. You don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, those people.
Yeah, I just want to.
I'm sorry. This is an audience, not a jury.
Here comes,
Okay?
the correction. Here comes the correction.
Suraj, take it away.
Yeah, so I just want to say, Mike, when you finally typed Suraj is next, congrats. You managed to defeat autocorrect this time. Yeah, like the first time you said Juliana next, then sure. I had to text him personally and say, am I next? I am not sure.
Hello. Hello.
The jokes.
For those of you who are just starting out in comedy, did you see what he did there?
Yes.
This is perfect. I love you, Mike Douglas. Oh, sorry, Langworthy. But you look like Mike Douglas.
No problem.
Yeah, but autocorrect has actually improved. Like now it changes my name from Suraj to Sure. But there was a time when autocorrect used to change my name from Suraj to Sewage.
Senior act.
Yeah, which made me think that autocorrect's real name must be Elmer Fudd. Which is probably why it was so much dumber than a wabbit. Yeah, but during those times, I used to feel I lived up to the name of Sewage because every time I tried to, correct autocorrect, my efforts would go down the drain. Literally. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, guys, my name is Suraj and it's 9:15 a.m. over here in India. Yes.
Wow.
That's where I'm based. And that's earlier than my waking time. So in case any of you see me on your screen doing like this, Just know that this is a fake laugh, a yawn disguised as a laugh. To your But after getting up in the morning to do stand-up comedy, I feel motivated to do this very regularly, like once in 2 years. But it was Christmas recently, and nobody wished me Merry Christmas, sadly. Instead, I got a bunch of texts wishing me Happy Birthday, Jesus. Yeah. But I know, like, I have long hair and a beard, and there may be other comedians who have long hair and a beard and could be called Jesus. So you know what I propose? I propose a multiverse of Jesus. Yes. Yeah, basically, I can be the Disney Jesus. The other guy can be the Sony Jesus. We can have a amazing Jesus. So basically, this movie can be called Jesus No Way to Heaven. And if any one of us Jesus fails on the stage or bombs, the other Jesus can simply say the line, with great power comes great resurrection. I just loved how Mary laughed even before I delivered the actual punchline. That's not so responsible, as Uncle Ben would say. But yeah, but then New Year happened, and I was getting a lot of these text messages from comedians like, HNY, Suraj, HNY to you and your family. And I replied to one of them saying, Happy New Year to you as well, bro. And then they replied saying, No, I meant wish you a horrible New Year. Yeah, comedians and their acronyms, I must say. But you all must be following the news, hopefully. Apparently, both the flu and COVID exist in Israel, apparently, and they call it Florona. Yeah, Florona.
What?
I want to just say, thank goodness it's not the Spanish flu with COVID. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure they would call it Barcelona. Yeah. Then we need a whole new vaccine and call it maybe Man United.
Hello.
And apparently now there is something called Deltacron in Cyprus. Yes, a combination of Delta and the Omicron variant. Like, what is this? A combo pack? Like, like, are we saying catch one, get one free? Yeah, but it's nice to know that viruses are able to, get together without Tinder or Bumble. But I'm pretty sure that if there was a dating app for the viruses, it most likely will be called Social without distance. Or Contagious, whatever name you like. I'm sorry, Mike. I hope you're not sick with that joke.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but in India, because of this Omicron variant and the third wave that's going on in India, so a lot of the public places like private offices, shops, malls, the capacity has been reduced to half, like only half the number of people are allowed in, which makes me think, who called it the Omicron variant and not Thanos variant?
Oh, good.
That would be a more apt name. But since we're on the topic of Thanos, as a nice segue, yes, I'm wrapping it up. Imagine if Thanos was in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's universe. I think he would be really disappointed, because instead of finding Infinity Stone, all he will find is Emma Stone. I think only half of you here would have gotten the joke. And the other half who did not get the joke, I'm sorry that you lost 5 years of your life. And that's been my time. Thank you so much. Over to your host, Mike Langworthy.
Thank you.
Yes.
For
Thank
sure.
you, Suraj, funny guy.
Hey, Suraj.
Oh,
Does
And
anybody
thank
know what
you for
Chuck just said?
mispronouncing my name too.
Right.
That's right.
Anybody know what Chuck just said?
some ancient tribal language of some sort.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Alan.
Thanks for manhandling that sentence.
Yeah, thanks for getting it out, man. Thanks for getting it out, man. This is open mic, by the way. We're about roughly halfway through with the acts that are going to be on the show tonight. And we sponsor and are sponsored by Magic Moments Incorporated.org. My wife and daughter are at the second rehearsal for this year's show, which I co-wrote with a couple of other people. And if you don't know about Magic Moments, it is a theater company in Denver that is special needs friendly, and every year puts on a large scale show that is a cross between a musical review and a full-blown musical. Has about 40 songs in it, all of which are ASCAP and BMI licensed. So if you go to the show, you can bet that every single song you hear will be a well-known song. Many of them are huge international hits. Lyrics are repurposed for the show. They have between 100 and 200 people in the cast every year. About 30 to 40% of them are people with special needs that have a broad range, from people that are on the autism spectrum to people who are really severely physically and developmentally impacted. And they always give an important function in the show to everyone who's in it, no matter what your quote abilities are, close quote. And if you live in the Denver area or want to come to the Denver area around the time of spring break, whatever that means in the COVID era, we'll be doing a show next March. And if you're not in the area, but you like to support people bringing different parts of the community together, please go to magicmomentsinc.org, which is at the bottom of this little thing that Chuck has put up on the screen, and donate some money and just navigate the website and see what they do. Chuck?
Buddy, what is well said. I appreciate you highlighting Magic Moments. Normally I'd be speaking about elevating connections, Mike, but their executive director, Stacy Sanders, is here. So why not have Stacy Sanders, executive director of Elevating Connections, tell us a little bit about their terrific work.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mike and Chuck. It's always fun to be here, so I appreciate the time. As you said, I'm the executive director of Elevating Connections. We reunite siblings separated in foster care because that's a thing that happens. Kids get separated for a variety of reasons. And we reunite them at summer camp, which we have held for 2 years in the pandemic. And no one's gotten sick. We have year-round connecting events for siblings. And Mike, I'm so excited to hear there's a show because I really want to bring some siblings to Magic Moment show this year. So I think that would be awesome for my kids to come see what that community is doing and come to the theater. So I'm super excited about that. We reunite them because the sibling relationship is oftentimes the longest and most important relationship any of us are going to have in our lifetime. And the psychological impact of what happens to kids when they're separated is lifelong. And so the pandemic has not helped at all. We had a connecting event that we were going to have this past weekend. We had to cancel because COVID. And so, we also raise youth voice. So our older youth who are currently in foster care or emancipated out, work with us, and we help them find their voice through through song, comedy, art, and spoken word. And so we have an annual poetry jam, and this year that's in May. This year we're doubling our workshops, and we're going to have fall workshops and a fall show. And one of the things I'm so excited about is the fabulous Chuck Roy is also a professor and a teacher at Community College of Denver. And we've got some really great things in partnership to get my kids on a college campus and see what that's like. Give them opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have if not for this partnership. So thank you for letting me speak tonight, and thank you for the support. The sibling relationship and kids in foster care are most often overlooked in our community. So once you're done making a donation to Magic Moments, head on over to Elevating Connections and, clean out the rest of your wallet.
Yeah. Do good things for good people. So glad you joined us tonight, Stacy.
Thank you.
Tells us, we booked a lot of funny comedians that you really enjoy. So I'm really glad you made an effort to be here tonight. Appreciate you. Gang, some other announcements. We sometimes post our shows on Spotify and whatnot. If you want to find our socials and all those links, buy tickets or whatnot, go to our link tree. It's Colorado Comedy, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching right now, subscribe. That'd be really cool. And we like to give away prizes. Stacy, you're one of our VIPs, so you can enjoy the VIP prizes. If you purchase a general admission ticket, you're not to enjoy these prizes. Those of you watching on YouTube, these are not for you. These are for general admission or VIP customers only. Stacy, I know you like wine, so I got you this. It's a fancier red. It goes with burger and a little bit of meal. So I thought we'd start with some wine. And
you're so good to me. Thank you.
Possibly, I thought, I know how you like a cocktail, so I thought 42 of them would be pretty reasonable.
Excellent.
You decide whether you want to share or not.
Maybe.
And there's straws too. Look at that.
Totally up to you. Yeah, the straws for you know what. And I knew you needed a relaxing hobby.
I don't know what.
It's the candy that's the candy that you put in your
cocaine chip. Stacy, I knew you and the other VIPs would probably want to relax and have a relaxing hobby, so I got you this spinning wheel. It doesn't work, which is really the most relaxing part about it. Just look at it and then hang out by the ocean, and you're like, yeah, if this worked, I could do some spinning.
Looks like my first bicycle.
And then I just thought, a little spot by the beach for you to hang out and relax and chill. And then, of course, a Carol Channing. Got to get you your Carol Channing. Everybody gets their own Carol Channing if you're a VIP at our place. And this collection of washboards for you.
Now you're talking.
So feel free to enjoy that. And then these are popular now. The charcuterie, as we call it, cheese board with a glass of red. And gotta get you a salad.
Chef's Capone.
Nothing goes with charcuterie like a salad, Chuck.
Yes. And you all know Chef Capone. He's the head chef at the Colorado Comedy Shows, virtual events, catering team. Does a great job, puts together all of our prizes, and wanted to make sure you had a delicious salad. And Mike, I'll do, you did miss my answer, and I have some jokes I'll perform right after I give away nice things. So for general admission, that's you folks up in the balcony and some of you watching on YouTube. Stacy got wine, so I got you a make your own wine kit.
What happened to the one little grape there that's not the same color?
Right.
See color, Alan.
You're not allowed to say that, Mike.
Right, Alan. We knew you would notice.
I just feel bad for it. It's by itself.
Right. And some of you get to win Alan's computer. That was hanging right there for you. A nice cup of tea, and might as well have a salad, right? Better have a salad. And then on Open Mic Comedy Show, we do want to make sure we give a prize to the heterosexual.
Are there any here tonight?
Certain, not really. Carol says Mike is straight. We got you this. I actually found a pretty girl. So enjoy that.
Sade.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then a little bit of a salad as well.
What goes with a woman better than a little salad?
A salad. That's the Abercrombie guys had a salad as well, but no photos.
Those salads were tossed though, right, Chuck?
Exactly. Hey Mike, I bet you 2-1 the next time you watch football there's an ad for gambling.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Right. I'll introduce myself, Mike. And,
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Chuck.
I'm gonna do some jokes here. First, want to send a shout out to my sister. Everybody think good thoughts to my sister. She was in a bad mood. They kicked 2 people out of her sewing club for sharing needles. I went to the dentist today, Mike. If I sound like I'm stumbling through my speech a little bit. Yeah, I figure why doesn't a comedian do a bit on going to the dentist? Somebody should have covered that topic by now. Like when the dental assistant numbs you, before the dentist comes in to put the Novocaine in, a hygienist comes in, puts those little pads in your mouth so you can talk like the Godfather, and they're like, put these in here, we're gonna numb your mouth, and then we're gonna Novocaine you. And I need a little bit of numbing before I go to academic meetings. Like, I teach at a college, and I just think it'd be great if before I went into the meeting, somebody was like, "We're gonna put little sponges across my head. They're like, we're just gonna numb you up there, Chuck, and then you can go to this fast team meeting about how slow they're gonna pay you." Here's a true one, fresh from today, Mike. Dentist says, "I want you to get used to this being in your mouth, so swallow a little bit." I was like, "Oh, I've heard that before." I was like, "I'm going to say that myself." I know. The next time I train a twin, I'm gonna say that. Just let's put this in your mouth a little bit and get used to it, and then swallow. I don't need that right now. Right now, I got a twink who brings a neck pillow. Right? That is dedication to a blowjob. He's handsome, he's beautiful, and he's got a throat like a Crown Royal gift bag. You know that gift bag that surrounds Crown Royal? It's purple, just like his throat, and made of crushed velvet, just like his throat. And the real gift comes inside. Okay.
Honey, get the kids off the internet quick. Yeah. Get the kids off.
Right. Moving on to jokes about Janet's. I saw Janet at the grocery store, Mike. I know you want an update. She wished me Happy New Year, which makes me think she made a resolution to be nice. Janet's, if you don't know, they're kind of like Karens, which if you're not sure what Karens are, Karens happen when a Chad marries a girl that's slightly prettier than his mother and slightly Janet's are distant relatives of Karens, like a cousin once removed from reality. Okay, I will never do that joke again.
You gotta explain it better.
Well, you'll get a nice laugh in March.
Right. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Let's see here. You're a Janet or in a Janet's house. If you go to a Janet's house, the only thing that's had a Mr. in it is the cat's name. Okay, I'm closing on that one. I'm closing on that one. More Janet jokes next time.
I love it.
Oh, Chuck, man, you really took the stage. And
That's because I'm 350 pounds, Mike.
and then he did some.
I know I loved all the material. The Crown Royal bag stuff in particular was.
Wow, thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to mark this day down as the first day you complimented one of my jokes.
Whoa.
I'm going to remember this in my heart forever.
Oh, good.
He said I was funny.
Okay, well, I won't repeat that mistake. I never make the same mistake twice, including how I pronounce mistake. We had a nice long little break from the comedy with the announcements and then Chuck, and now let's move on. Our next performer is you know what? I don't know. Are you in California, Paula? I know her tribe comes from California. And when I say tribe in her case, I mean tribe. Family elders and everything. And remind me to tell you a story at the end of the show, Paula.
Yeah, I think Paula's in upstate California there.
Yeah, okay. So it's not California? Or are you just
No, it is California.
It is.
California.
It is.
Canada.
California.
Chuck's right.
She comes from
I'm getting-
California, which
The
was the
weed
point of the whole
section.
state.
Like,
Whether she comes from upstate or downstate, she comes from California, right or wrong?
It's private if it's up or down. Mike.
depends on how the discussion goes.
Hey-o.
Okay.
Not that I
No,
fuck around with fucking around anymore, but you know,
Try to
I
be
heard.
nice. Try to be nice and look what it gets you. Please welcome Paula Mattocks, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. Well, first we have to thank our hosts. So can you help me give our host the clap they can tell their families about?
Yeah.
Yes. And thanks for coming back, guys. I'm glad you're remembering the monthly thing. That's reassuring. I gave up on the pole dancing. It's really just a broom. The kid said, "Did you sweep, Mom?" I said, "No, trying to make magic." Man, I know you can't tell by looking at me, but I accidentally locked myself up a long time ago on purpose. Yeah, because I thought it was a good idea to go out and get married and have kids. Oh, bad. The only thing good about that is my monsters aren't bastards. So, hey, yeah, knock that out of the park. And all my kids have the same dad. So I'm super stoked for that too. Yeah. And none of my sisters could do that. So, hey, I win. Yeah. Yep. They can't unscramble those eggs. That's not my fault. You know. True. It's true. Yeah, but honestly, there was a lot of warning signs I missed about the dangers of parenting. I mean, one's been there forever. Like in the word motherhood is the word hood. Like, man. And the more I pay attention, the more I realize the only good hoods are on TV. So bad. And I also found out that in hoods are real gangs because when you make more than one kid, you make your own dumb gang. So bad. But honestly, I only made the second kid because the first kid needed a playmate. I mean, you know. Yeah. Mommy didn't realize how long 24 hours a day is. Yeah. And then it goes on forever. So, no, it's okay. It's okay. My life resembles that Locked Up show now, you know, and I'm okay with it. Okay with it. Yeah. It basically does. I don't have the bars to hold me in, but it's the concept holds, you know, it's called institutionalization. Yeah. So bad. Because there are innocent people here. Those poor kids, you know. God. Man, but I tell you, when this mic kicks off, it feels like I'm waiting for my weed dealer to answer the phone back in the day, you know? Because I'm like, it's party time. Yeah. Because I don't know about you guys, but it's really hard to find a new addiction, you know? Like, oh. So I'm trying to be mature and pick the comedy, be it Zoom or in live, living color, you know, because I figure it's safer, you know? Because the last time I let an addiction sneak up on me, it was donuts. But in my defense, it's not my fault because there's a donut shop here that's open 24 hours a day. God. It's not fair. I mean, even the crack house on the opposite corner, it knows to close at sunset. Yeah,
It's a great joke.
and I spent a lot of time during the pandemic binge watching that intervention show accidentally. I had a lot of the signs and symptoms, you know, needing drugs more often and not being, you know, satisfied. And then I realized, I think I tweaked my woofer, y'all. Yeah. Do you know what your woofer is? We all have one. Do you know what it is?
No.
I'll learn you something. So it's that thing inside you when you're about to take a hit or you're gonna hit that and you're like, woo, that's your woofer. Yeah. I think I fucked mine up. So when I feel bad, I watch my favorite show. It's that 600-pound life show. Because I'm those bitches go weight, and that makes me feel good every day. Yeah. So if you haven't had kids, I'll leave you with this parable, or start to leave you anyways. I don't want to go, Mike. But anyways, raising a kid is like black magic. It has all the requirements. It has the chanting and the moaning, you know, because in the beginning you're like, please, please, I want a baby. Then you're moaning and groaning. Yeah. You're like, oh my God, what did I do? Sometimes the poke stick. You got to be careful. You know, pick the right poke. And then there's sacrifice, you know, because you sacrifice all your good parts to make these kids turn out, you know?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. And then the last thing is offerings, because you offer up your literal DNA for this job. That's huge. It's cosmic. It'll tie that dumbass to your ass for the rest of your days. So be careful. Yeah. And I'm not talking about the babies. Yeah. So one more thing. There's a very good reason they don't put pregnancy on that old list of STDs, y'all. And so Mother Nature can find her fools faster. So be careful. Be fucking careful. It's a complete sentence. You can put the Y at the end if you want, you know. Yeah. Because I don't know about you guys, but do other STDs talk back as bad as mine do? It's so bad. So I'm living that penitentiary life. You can't see it because my thing's all wonky, but see, living that penitentiary life. See, I feel like I'm flashing you guys. I'm like Superman. I got my regular clothes on the outside and I'm fucking hood life on the inside. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it all.
Paula Mattocks, ladies and gentlemen. See, Chuck, that's what you do when you don't want a sarcastic remark at the end of your set. You know, just finish strong and say thank you.
Wow.
That's my nickname on Grindr.
What a way to send me out. Get Chuck again.
I thought your nickname on Grindr was Purple Velvet, just like, like the Crown Royal.
Crown Royal. Purple Crown Royal.
But be that as it may, we've got a few more acts to go, and I'm really looking forward to most of them. So let me just keep going with a guy from DC area, perhaps DC itself. I don't know. Why? Because I don't pry, Chuck. I don't pry. And please give us a nice round of applause for Chipp Jones.
Woo!
Hey.
Come on.
All right, Chip.
Yeah.
Chip.
Thank you, Mike. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for allowing me my privacy. I appreciate it. Thank you. God, you know, I love doing this mic. I mean, it's been over a year. I think I've been doing this mic with you guys. I mean, I remember.
Yeah, I remember back when
when they did the announcements and Chuck could actually be seen on screen. But I think it got weird because I would always giggle when he had this big broad smile when Mike would talk about a full-blown musical. I got you.
Same way when I got full-blown AIDS.
That's right.
Oh, jeez.
Christ.
Ouch.
Keep your fucking judgments to yourselves.
Speaking of which, you know, I've been thinking that Winnie the Pooh and Smokey the Bear would make an excellent gay couple. You know?
Yeah.
Because they got that like that 50s romantic vibe going on, like you know, like Rock Hudson and what's her name? I can't think of her name now. Doris Day.
Doris
You know?
Day.
Yeah, Doris Day. How you know, she always wore the top and he always wore the bottom, and Winnie the Pooh always wears a shirt and Smokey the Bear always wears pants. And this woman told me that Smokey the Bear was.
They both have Chuck's name in their address book.
That's right. But this woman told me that Smokey the Bear wasn't gay. I'm like, really? He is shirtless, but he's got a hat. I mean, come on. If there's a Village People cover band in the forest, you know Smokey the Bear's in it. That's all I'm saying. It's just guaranteed. I like Paula talking about my 600-pound life. I was doing a show yesterday, as a matter of fact, and this woman said that everybody has either watched an episode of that or seen a trailer or clips of it. And I told her, honestly, I have not. I have never seen anything from my 600-pound life. And I think it's because I have full-length mirrors at my house. So I no reason to watch that shit on TV. What's been going on with me? Been reading a lot. I don't know if you saw this, but Australia just released their list of the top 10 selling albums in Australia. And Taylor Swift was upset because she came in at number 4. You know what came in at number 3?
Hello.
It was an album of endangered bird songs. I got to tell you, though, the album is fire. I mean, the black-eared minor birds cover of F the Police. Oh, incredible, incredible. And then the Gang Gang Cockatoos doing Flying Dirty, out of this world. I'm just out of this world. And then they had the Carpatarian Grass Wrens doing "We've Only Just Begun." I mean, it was amazing. It's out. Okay, all right. Not music buffs. Okay, I understand.
Again, we're just doing the math.
Don't do the classics.
We're gonna get a great laugh from us all in March. Don't worry about it.
In other weird news, big dust up in Saudi Arabia. Apparently, 43 contestants were thrown out of a camel beauty contest for using Botox. I don't know if they checked to see if anybody had any false humps. That's what I'm wondering.
False hump is my nickname.
Yes, there we go. I knew that was going to come in there. And, last but not least, Band-Aid is trying to make another run at the people of color market. You know, they're trying to do Band-Aids in shades of people of color. When I went to get my jab, my booster shot, all of them were sold out, but they had these boxes that had the whole spectrum. They had, you know, the pink bandages all the way to the dark brown. So I bought some, and it turns out these bandages are like gentrification bandages. You know, I looked in the box a couple days ago, and all of the brown ones were gone, and all the big ones, I mean, all the white ones were more populated, and there was like a Whole Foods in there. You know, so, I think they're like gentrification bandages, I think is what they are. But, I think that's my time. I thank you guys for listening. I'll hand it back over to you.
Jones, Chipp Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Yeah. like it. I like it very much. You're gonna have to move out of that box of bandages, by the way.
That's right.
I didn't want to. I was gonna save it for after the show.
Well, it's weird because like when I looked in there, all the white bandages, they're larger and more luxurious. I mean, it's like
sure. They are.
Oh.
They are. No, I don't make the rules.
With the Band-Aids.
I'm just an incredible beneficiary of them. I've got friends who look exactly like me. Not exactly like clones, but white male people who are bitching like crazy. I can't get a job writing a TV show anymore. Yeah, first of all, it was a fucking privilege in the first place, asshole. You didn't deserve it. None of us deserve to be huge successes. You know? And your problem, you just made a mistake. You forgot to be John Wells before the door closed. That's all. So anyway, that's all. No, a little special one for Mary.
I love the way you capture the white angst. I like that. I mean, like I can really feel it.
Yeah, I live it every day, man. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. You haven't been unoppressed your whole life and then had it taken away from you.
White angst is Mike's nickname on Grindr.
Oh. That's why my mailbox is full. If you know what I mean.
It's the name of his penis.
Mailbox. I didn't hear what you said, Alan, but I'm sure it was very hurtful.
You'll catch it in May.
You've made, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll send you a nice laugh.
It's true though. He definitely slows you down.
Oh,
thank you, Paula. Appreciate that.
Who was that? Female god?
That was Paula bitching about losing.
Bitching about what? You can finish your sentence, or do you stutter now?
I said bitching about losing the country again. People step on my words. I can't help it.
Ooh, see, and then I felt bad for saying that to you, and then you say shit like that. Man, I'm coming to Colorado. You scalp folks for free now, fucker.
Now she's got a wounded knee. All right, anyway.
Now who are you gonna be mad at? Who are you gonna be mad at now, Paula? He says he's taking your side, but look at that joke.
The patriarchy, of course, and the colonizers. Don't make yourselves one of them now, boys.
Forced to make myself. Maybe like Lady Gaga, I was born this way.
With his prostate, Mike's a colonizer.
Chuck, I think you put your finger on it right there, buddy.
Put your finger on it is Chuck's nickname on Grindr.
And the list continues.
So is colonizer. You're just looking for a way to use it on somebody else.
And we come full circle. What's that called? What is that called? Around the world? Is that what you call that? Around
come full circle is
that's absolutely
somebody's name on Grindr.
You guys are so anal.
Oh. I'm pretty sure we messed up that Nickelodeon.
On the nose. And, which also is Chuck's name on Grindr, by the way. At any rate, our next performer, I use the term sort of a clinical dictionary sense of the term, is Alan Enlow, who I've known since we both lived in New York back in the olden days.
What about Ed Smyth?
Just gonna skip over Ed.
What about Ed Smyth?
He's in the wings.
Our next performer is not Ed Smyth. Our next performer is Ed Smyth. It's not Alan Enlow. That was my bad. I made a mistake. Okay? I know it's like telling a small child there's no Santa Claus, but Mike Langworthy is not perfect.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, so, which, by the way, is Chuck's nickname. All right, our next performer, upstate New York. Wow. Upstate New York, very patient. Knew when I said Alan Enlow that I'd made a mistake, and he was very patient. He didn't, notice how he didn't speak up and say, "Hey, what about me?" No, he didn't. You know why? Because he knew I would correct my mistake.
Because he writes everything down.
Autocorrect.
Yeah, autocorrect makes my mistakes.
Anyway, you did correct it. It's very white of you, Mike. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I wish I had a dime for every time I heard that. Anyway. It's usually preceded by don't shoot. At any rate, our next performer is
It's falling asleep.
He's not falling asleep. He's just simmering in juices of resentment. Please
Resting
welcome.
his eyes. He's resting his eyes.
Please, that's right. Please welcome Ed Smyth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Applause.
Thank you, Mike. I
Everybody
really enjoyed
this
that very prodigious introduction.
You're very welcome.
Make me feel good, Mike. Appreciate it.
I like to be
Thank you.
concise,
It's been a
Mike.
rough, yeah, sure. It's been a rough weekend. I'm having a lot of problems with my housemates, and so it's nice to come here and blow off some steam. You're probably familiar with one is of course Edward the Confessor, the crowned king in 1030, and the other is Pope Innocent I, who was ordained in, as you know, in 1130. And just this morning, going to the bathroom, there's wet, soggy towels all over the floor. I go, who the hell used the bathroom last? Pope? And he goes, oh no, not me. I'm little Pope Innocent. And I go, Edward? And he goes, no, I'll never confess. So it's been rough. So it's nice to come here and blow off some steam. They say that it's never too late to apologize. So I would like to right now make public an apology I really owe Anne and Nancy Wilson of Heart. A long time ago, they probably forgot, but just when they're getting their start, they showed me these lyrics and they said, what do you think? And I said, it's a stupid song about a fish. And there, what's the chorus line? Ooh, barracuda. And well, turned into a great success. And I'm sorry. Well, now, guess what? It's time now for Fun Farm Hour.
Yes.
Hey, thank you. Hey, welcome to Fun Farm Hour. Oh, I'm here to have a lot of fun for you. Well, not an hour. It will be 6% of an hour. How about that? I do some funny math. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes. Well, let's get started. Now, well, the corn is a-growing and the pumpkins are a-swelling. The garlic is a-ripening and the berries are a-smelling. The peas are looking pretty and the beans are coming later. The lettuce growing green and the fields are growing taters. The ducks are a-babbling and the frogs are a-croaking. So let's fire up the mic and let's go do some joking. Okay, I wrote that myself. Okay. All right. Now I'd like to do some wacky comedy impressions for all of you. Okay, here you go. Okay, I'd like to do a cow doorbell for you. Moo, moo. Thank you very much. And now, my impression of a dog alarm clock. Oh, time to get up and milk the cows. Oh, that's a funny one. Well, now, my impression of a cat, a creaky door. Meow, meow. Ho, 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 I really like that one. And now, my impression of a turkey vacuum. Gobble, 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 shh, gobble, 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 shh. Oh, I wrote that one myself. And now, my impression of a chicken phone. Hello? Oh, yes, I'm awake to milk the cows. Thank you very much. Oh, I wrote that one myself too. Okay, all right. Now, it is time for the Ingmar Bergman Felt Puppet Theater. Hey, what are you doing on the beach? Oh, I'm just hanging out, playing some chess. Oh, why don't you play some chess with me? No, I don't think so. You don't look so good. No, come on. If I beat you, I'll just win your soul. That's all. No, I don't think so. I think I better go milk the cows. Okay. Well, I really enjoyed that. Ingmar Bergman wrote that. Ho, ho, ho. Well, you know, I know that some of you are more younger than me, and so I like to write some urban poetry to try to mix it up with all you kids. So here we go. I go into my barn. I put on my farm clothes. I grab my shovel, grab my rake, but where are all my hoes? Where are all my hoes at? Where are all my hoes? Oh, My taters are a spouting. I can feel them between my toes. I gotta need to go to weed, but where are all my hoes? Where are all my hoes at? Where are all my hoes? Oh, I water all my flowers, a daisy and a rose. I go to turn this spigot, but where are all my hoes? Where are all my hoes at? Where are all my hoes? It should be plain like the tip of my nose. Where are all my hoes? Well, let's eat for the fun farm hour and back to our lovely host, Mike.
As Courtney said, and you may have missed in the chat, Ed's got bars.
Yeah.
And incidentally, Chuck's got handcuffs is his nickname.
Hello.
That's great, Ed. As always, unlikely to have heard any of that anywhere else. And I love it so much. I love it more than life itself. But I've always been suicidal, so I don't know how much I love it. So, hard to say. Our next performer is a guy that should come as no surprise to anyone, since we took about 5 minutes not introducing him right before Ed went on. From New York, actor, comedian, husband, father, funny. One of these words is not like the other. Please welcome Alan.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I feel like I gotta be a character too. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, actually, one of my New Year's resolutions is actually no more joking.
Ooh,
No, it's true. I no, because I'm one of those people that just jokes 24/7. I'm running around all the time telling people jokes, trying out my new material, and it's a bad thing to do. You know, I actually have homeless people on my block that see me coming and point to the watch that's not on their arm and go, "I'm going to go look for a job right now, thanks to you." So I realize I'm only going to joke when I do Zoom or on stage. It's a bad habit, and plus, you know what? I want to be a person, not just a comedian. You know, I don't want to end up like Jerry Seinfeld. I want his money. You know, I just had the feeling he just doesn't stop 24/7. He's a comedian. His family probably fucking hates him. He comes down to breakfast every day. Like, hey, everybody, you ever notice when you're eating grape nuts, there's no grapes and no nuts? Stop doing stand-up. Stop. Not doing stand-up. I'm sitting down. Hey, Dad, here's an observation. You ever notice when you tell jokes at breakfast, no one's laughing? Now, this next thing is absolutely true. I actually made a New Year's resolution to do something, and you're all going to go, when I say this, is to do something for my wife every day. Do something nice. Right? I see, I told you, right? And I realize it's really easy, and everybody can do this. Whenever you get into a fight with your wife or argue, just always apologize. Apologize immediately. Guys, you can do the same thing. All you have to do is walk away with your tail between your legs. You say apologize and walk away with your tail between your legs. Now, when I say tail, I mean the appendage formerly known as your penis. Now, one thing I think we should start doing in the new year is we really need to start mixing the races. I really believe that. I'm actually in a mixed marriage. My wife is Jewish. I was raised Southern Baptist. And that's a great mix, Jewish and Southern Baptist. Whenever my wife feels guilty, I can hail her. And we also have a 29-year-old daughter, and it's great because now she has neuroses from 2 cultures. It's wonderful. But no, I really meant it. We really need to start mixing the races, because have you ever noticed when you see children from a mixed marriage, they're always gorgeous. They have gorgeous eyes and perfect skin. I mean, have you ever seen an incest kid? Not good. You know, they all they can do is play the banjo. You know, ding 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 ding. Hi, my name's Banjo. You know? What a shocker. Hey, banjo, how much is 2 plus 2? Well, there's 5 strings on a banjo, so 5. Ding, 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 ding. What'd you have for breakfast? Banjos? But that's why their teeth are all fucked up, you know. So. But I think we had a fun year last year. Biden seems to just be getting creepier by the moment. You know, no, he's just always whispering. You know, he sounds like a perverted Clint Eastwood. It's like, all right, you punks. Go ahead, you punks, make my day. Get on your knees and check out my infrastructure. And we had 2 phone calls between Putin and Biden. Well, what is the point? You know, because it was a standoff. Because Putin hates Biden. He really misses 45. And there is a rumor that he sits around and watches old videos and gets nostalgic and says, oh, look, there's the video of my comrade Donald getting pissed on by 2 hookers. Those were the days. Oh. But and of course, now I think Putin and Cosby should get together and hang out at a bar and compare drinks. That'd be fun. Hey, Mr. Putin, you should try some of this pudding mix. I give it to all my girlfriends. Hey. I'm going to bet one deal. But maybe you could do me a favor. You could give a Kremlin cocktail to Mr. Biden, and he'll love it to death. Wink, winkski. Now, did you guys hear there's a new David Bowie album coming out? Did you hear about that?
No.
Absolutely true. It's called Toy, and that's pretty amazing since he's dead. You know, obviously it's from the vault, but they're going to release it soon, and it worries me because Rudy Giuliani is going to start having that rant. It's like, that's right. I told you I see dead people, and now they're voting and writing music. And I'll end with this. I really think that Rudy Giuliani should start a band, and he could it's like, hi, everybody. I'm Rudy Giuliani. This is my new band, Dead People Voting. That's right. Everybody in the band is dead. We have David Bowie on vocals. We have Jimi Hendrix on guitar and Paul McCartney on bass. Oh, wait. Paul's not dead yet. Sorry, Paul. Sorry. That's it for me and Rudy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alan. Hey, there's a great Red Nose thing that they do about trying to get the music in England for Red Nose Day. And
right.
At one point, Paul McCartney speaks up and says, I really think I should have a bigger say in this as the only surviving Beatle. And they cut immediately to Ringo Starr going, hey. And he comes back and says, I think I should have a bigger say in this as one of the only 2 surviving Beatles. I like what they do with humor in England. Mm-hmm. They're not as precious as we are here, by the way.
And they can say the C word and get away with it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the same thing over there.
Oh,
that's the whole reason. It's just same spelling, different concept.
And they can say Chuck's favorite word too, and it doesn't mean the same thing.
Which is what?
Bag.
I had no idea that was Chuck's favorite word. Apparently, you guys have a whole DNA.
but you still,
a fool, I would have thought he'd consider that an insult, but apparently
it means something else in England.
Right, but you still put it in your mouth, right?
Oh,
you suck on it. Am I right, people?
Hello.
Come on. Why do we have to do this?
God, what a great intro. Fantastic. Thanks.
Yeah, no, Mary, what I try to do when the professionals come on, I try to dig a nice little hole for not a deep, deep hole, but just a little hostility for you to overcome at the beginning. And I know you can do it. Why? Because you come from the first family of politics, but maybe the 312th family of stand-up. Please welcome. Mary Kennedy, ladies.
Hello, everyone.
Oh delightful.
Hello. Yes, I am from the Kennedy family. I am third cousins, twice removed. All of the tragedy, none of the money. Anyway, good one. It is shameless episode season, you guys.
Yeah.
I was in season 7 of Shameless for 6 episodes. I was in the final season with 2 episodes. And, I played new Fiona, an out of work prostitute who works for food. And I know my episodes are running because on Facebook, I get friend requests from prisoners.
Yeah.
I get friend requests from widowers and military men who ask me to give them a blowjob for the good of the country. Anywho, so yes, if you guys, if there's people here who aren't Shameless fans, my character was an out of work prostitute named New Fiona who worked for food, basically. And I worked for food. And my husband, was excited for the booking, but we realized I had 2 nude scenes and my husband wasn't sure if he wanted the world to see all of me. And then I showed him my contract and he said, go do God's work. So I have a couple new bits for you guys. I am going to do my Boston joke for Chuck because he comes from the East Coast. I'm originally from Boston, you guys, and the accent was getting in the way of my sex life. I'd have a night of heavy lovemaking and I turn to the guy next to me and I go, that's a wicked big pissy you got down there. Huh? Go pants.
I'm in love.
So I have been binge watching during our break, The Crown, everyone. I'm a little late to the party. I've been watching The Crown and I've decided, because we're in another wing of this pandemic, that every dealing I deal with is going to be as the queen, but the queen of Van Nuys, California. And so we are in the middle of a skunk invasion here in Van Nuys. We have had skunks spraying underneath my house now since August. And I called animal control and they told me that they do not come out unless the animal is injured. And I said to them, the animals have rabies because they're spraying during the day. And he goes, how do you know that? They could feel just displaced. No, I feel displaced, the Queen of Van Nuys. No, I do. And you need to send somebody stat. So I wrote a letter, you guys, to our LA councilwoman. I've paid taxes. I voted for this woman 3 times. And I would like to read the letter that I wrote her as the Queen of Van Nuys.
Yeah.
Dear Councilwoman Nuri Martinez, I have spoken to Richard in your office and he has been as helpful as he can be. But I do believe this unfortunately needs the attention of your expertise and influence. I have been a resident of Van Nuys for 13 years. We pay taxes. We have redone our home and as a result have helped increase the property values of many of the residences. I am also a teacher, actress, comic, New Fiona on Shameless, wife to an IT specialist, parent of 2 students in the LAUSD school community, and I have a small dog. We've all been simply trying to get through what you can imagine a trying time due to the COVID crisis. But we do have another problem, a rabid skunk issue that animal control refuses to deal with at every turn. Richard gave us 2 numbers. And I called them. I spoke to animal control again today, and the only assistance they have given us is to tell me to go to a wildlife seminar tomorrow online. Really? We have rabid skunks fighting with feral cats almost nightly, with properties being sprayed weekly. We have a home next to us that is finally in escrow, and they have also been spraying this property day and night. It is dangerous and unhealthy for all that live here. All I ask is an officer from animal control to come and survey the situation. If that is not possible, then I ask the city to assist in finding someone to eradicate this situation. If it is not the responsibility of animal control, then I do believe you must send somebody to find a solution. I do not want to go to Eric Garcetti with this, or the media, although I am tempted because I am not able to get any traction from your office. Sincerely, Mary Kennedy, the Queen of Van Nuys.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think it could happen? So that's what's been going on over here. It's been fun. And, my husband, I asked him to spice it up in the marriage over COVID, you guys. Instead, we just bought a bed. We just bought a bed, a new bed, and I realized it's just a place to put laundry. Just another place to put laundry. My husband doesn't speak. When he does speak, I ignore him. My husband does not go to the doctor, everybody. He does not. He refuses. He's a man of 51 years of age. He refuses to go to the doctor. It's gotten so bad that his colon taps me on the shoulder in the middle of the night and says, please feed me some kale. I'm dying in here. He snores. I told him to get the CPAP machine. He refuses. So it happened again this morning. He woke up, he woke up for a minute, but snoring woke me up for the whole morning. And he sounds like this, guys. And then he stopped breathing. He stopped breathing, everybody. He stopped breathing. And it was such a moment of clarity. And I said to myself, do I wake him up? Do I wake him up? We've been married 19 years. Has it been enough? And then I said to myself, if I don't wake him up and he dies, then I was right. And that's what marriage is about being right. But then I did some math in my head and I realized our death insurance hasn't accrued enough. So I waked him up and said, you have to pay for college. I know, I'm hilarious. Now it's been interesting. I'm a woman of middle age. I'm a woman of middle age. I am hot flashing. I'm menopausal for you guys that don't. Wow. A lot of men have come to me asking, straight men. Gay men have given up on me since I couldn't get into the Abbey anymore. So straight men ask me. So they've asked me to leave and go back to my home in Van Nuys. Anyway, and I say, you can't move this queen out of here. I'd like a martini. Anyway. So the long and short of it, they're going to ask me to explain menopause, and I'm going to tell you what it is. Menopause is it's sort of like having all the symptoms of your period, but it never ends. It's kind of like the series Little House on the Prairie. It's everywhere in syndication, and you forget who Alonzo is or if he ever existed. And the other thing is, I did food shopping yesterday because that's women's work, and I was hot flashing in the middle of it, and I went to the produce section and I rinsed off, multitasking. I rinsed off in the thunder and lightning storm, and then I grabbed a carrot and ate it because my doctor says I need carotene. So, and I'm going to leave you with this joke, you guys. So I was a bit of a whore growing up. I was in Boston area. I was a whore. I was a Catholic girl. Us Catholic girls did everything but the Catholic priests because we
Hello.
Ayo. And I met Bill Cosby back in the 90s. He told me to continue with comedy, that I was a funny girl, but he never laid a hand on me. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. New thing happened. Hashtag me too. I was saying hashtag why not me? Anyway, this is the last joke. So I've been sent from Ross, where I could dress like a whore cheaply, to Chico's. You guys, this is what happens when you're menopausing. They send you to Chico's where they sew jewelry in their sweaters. They just sold the jewelry. So you don't have to put it over your head because they think you're hot flashing and you can't possibly class the class. So they sew the necklace right on in. I got very upset and I sent a letter to the CEO and I said, I really need your help. You can sew a necklace in here, but I need you to sew my keys, my glasses, and a snack. Yeah. They did it. They also told me that I looked fetching in this beautiful acrylic sweater with globs of turquoise all over it, you guys, and when the woman told me that it brought out my eyes, I bought 7. And the globs of turquoise are so heavy that now I'm going to see a chiropractor for whiplash. But my favorite thing is, as you're checking out after your day of shopping at Chico's, it says it's always a Chico's kind of day. I'm going to tell everybody here, from Denver to Los Angeles, to Malaysia to New York, it is never a Chico's kind of day.
Ladies and gentlemen. Mary Kennedy. I believe it was Mary who first said, Bobby, cut through the kitchen, it's faster.
That's awful. That's all right. But I think they all have a fake accent. Nobody talks like that back in Boston. None of them. We all.
I think they never quite got rid of the Irish accent from when they came over.
That's right.
Maybe. It's a really strange accent, though. Smart.
The host has told me.
Oh.
The host has told me to turn my picture on. I don't know why.
Right. I got a notification that said you'd turn it on later.
Oh.
So anyway,
we're now fighting through Zoom.
She was great.
Yes.
I mean, you were really fun. I think we give one more round of applause for.
Thank you from Van Nuys.
You should give us the royal wave.
I did. I tried. You couldn't see it? Oh, there it is.
I didn't see it because Chuck is doing everything that he can to block me from any meaningful content with the show. I don't know why that is. Well, I do know why that is. I'm a big prick and I treat him like shit. So,
are you guys in couples therapy?
They should be.
Couples therapy is Chuck's nickname on Grindr, though.
Hello.
Hello. Heyo.
People don't know that. I didn't skip India, Suraj. I said that subcontinent, and I just thought that, that's all. Anyway, Bruce has to go because he's catching a flight to Malaysia in the morning. Probably a stop. Bye. You might want to run down to the airport and you can meet him in person. You'll be the slightly Asian-looking guy.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Bye, Bruce.
This actually has been a great show with we had a really strong cast, and
yes,
I
love a silly photo.
Great show, you guys.
Where's Symphy? Because
photo to do.
Mike wants to get a photo.
Silly photo time, everybody.
Where's Symphy? Where is he?
Okay.
Courtney, where is
Courtney, there he is.
There he is.
This is for for Valentine's Day. Our next show is Valentine's Day. How do you do the hearts, everyone? I don't know how to do hearts.
Okay.
I thought it was an arrowhead.
Really?
That was a triangle.
My fingers are too skinny.
How do you do it?
Look,
Like this?
Paula
Courtney's got,
Paula
Suraj
didn't
has it.
reflexively do an arrowhead. Why should you?
But
Okay.
I think everybody makes
Those jokes are like 400 years old, you guys.
You sure?
Oh, I see. Oh, I like how Suraj is doing it. That's the way it should be. Like
Right,
that.
Suraj
Yeah, 'cause
has it.
this
All
way
right.
it looks like I'm wearing a bikini bottom right underneath my chin.
Or a uterus.
I like the way Juliana's done it. It almost covers her forehead.
Mine looks like Chuck. Mine looks like Chuck.
Mine looks like a red heart.
Are you done? Did you take the picture?
1, 2, 3. All right, perfect. There we go.
Now, for those of you who missed the show before,
All right, got to eat lunch. Lunchtime.
Sorry you have to leave and eat lunch, and I get it, but
I hope you can digest your food after this.
Great to see you, Juliana.
Mike.
Thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you so
Mike.
much.
Yes.
Hi, Juliana.